We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go, we're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and she's Sophie.
And she's Brenda.
Hi, everyone.
And he's Grogu, and we're on the road with Mickey. This is episode 173 for June 5th, 2023, and our feature topic this week is our favorite quick service options at the resorts. But first,
there's a birthday
to celebrate.
She didn't know we were going to do this, but come on, Daddy, we have to sing for her.
Grogu's going to join in too, Brenda.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Aunt Brenda. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha.
And many more.
And many more.
How old are you, Aunt Brenda? Like what, 35?
Uh-huh.
We love
35.
You.
We
She's
love
so
you.
young.
I love you. Yeah. So young.
She didn't know we were going to do that, and I think she's a little bit mad at us now.
I'm not mad. Just embarrassed.
Oh,
don't be embarrassed.
You.
35. We don't turn 35 every day, do we?
No.
Nope.
Every year after we're 35, though.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Well then, to distract from the embarrassment that we've caused our beloved Brenda, Daddy, get on with the cheese.
All right. Well, we have some cheddar from the big cheese, and I'm going to start us off. On May 31st, we were able to look up pricing for 2024 for Walt Disney World. Additionally, we were able to add the Disney dining packages to our pricing for the first time in forever.
Hey.
Oh.
May 31st also saw the usual crash and burn of the Disney pricing engine.
Absolutely.
Whenever a new package promotion or anything different opens up for Disney. But
Absolutely.
those are in the rearview mirror, I think. I hope.
Thank goodness. I hope so. I tell you. Well, now at least we have real pricing on the cost of the Disney dining plan and the quick service dining plan. The 2024 pricing for the Disney dining plan is $94.28 per guest for ages 10 and up per night. The price for guests 3 to 9 is $29.69 per guest per night. For the quick service dining plan, the price is $57.01 per guest age 10 and up and $23.83 per guest age 3 to 9 per night. But Disney snuck in a couple of changes that are ultra important, especially if you're looking to do some character dining and you're used to how things used to be before COVID. In addition to Cinderella's Royal Table requiring 2 table service credits, Disney is now also requiring 2 table service credits for Akershus Royal Banquet Hall, for lunch and dinner, and for the Snow White dinner at Artist Point at Wilderness Lodge. So those will now require 2 table service credits each.
Yeah.
So that will be 2 nights of allotment for that one experience. Just keep that in mind because you need to know.
And you know what, Brenda?
What?
I think that means everyone and their grandma. Do they do breakfast back at Akershus?
It is starting back at Akershus, yes.
So everyone is going to try and do breakfast at Akershus if it's only 1 credit.
Oh boy!
So
everyone
those
already
are probably
tried to
sell
do
out really
that.
quick.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
That was already like the most popular time. So.
So I'm surprised that they're not making the breakfast one 2 credits.
Don't say
Oh,
that out loud,
you're
Sophie.
right. You're right. Here, I'm touching something red.
Hey.
I'm knocking on wood.
Yay.
The jinx is gone. But speaking of jinxes, because they're really, really spooky, over on the West Coast, the Oogie Boogie Bash is returning for this year.
Yay.
The first party night will be September 5th, and tickets go on sale for Magic Key holders June 27th and June 29th for the general public.
Yeah.
Are the Magic Key holders the annual passes for Disneyland now?
Yes.
Yes.
And I don't remember what pricing is, if it's been released or not, but yeah,
I'm
Magic
glad
Key
Oogie
holders
Boogie's
are
back,
annual
though.
pass holders. You know,
Yeah.
we gotta have a different name and
Rebranding.
and all that. So
Yep.
but anyway, that is our cheddar from the big cheese. And now it is time to focus on our feature topic. So this week we are looking at the resorts, and we are looking at our favorite quick service options at the resorts. We are going to each list our favorite at a value resort, our favorite at a moderate resort, and our favorite at a deluxe resort. So that's what we're looking at. And I was going to go first.
Yay.
But I am going to pass the baton on to Sophie to go first.
And he's telling me this because he knows how I get about us having duplicates because we're of like minds.
Yes, you are.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he's telling me to go first, because we were talking over dinner and we have the same quick service because we've only stayed at one value resort, and that is not going to change because we love it so much. Everything Pop at Pop Century. The food court there is amazing. We love it, love it, love it, love it. And there's just way too many stuff there for me to choose just one entree from that entire eatery, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. And I wasn't thinking of picking a menu, putting together a menu, just, what we like about each one.
Yeah. But often what I like about the place is the food.
Well, that's a good reason to like a restaurant.
Yeah. But I will say that as we get into the moderates, because the moderate and the deluxe, they have some honorable mentions for me. I will be talking a lot about the atmosphere as well as what my favorite thing to get at each of them is.
Good.
Awesome.
I'm going to piggyback, okay, Brenda?
Yeah.
And I was going to say that I have never tried this, also at Pop Century, but I feel that it would be worth trying next time I'm over that way. Maybe when we're there in July, Sophie.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the Petals Pool Bar, which is quick service. And it does have sandwiches and stuff like that on the menu. But it also has what I think is approaching almost popcorn and Diet Coke status for snack for me.
Oh.
And that is a Mickey pretzel with cheese. You know how you dip the pretzel in the cheese, and it's hot, soft pretzel, and it's so good. And of course, you can get that anywhere, but why not get it right by the pool, and nosh on it a little bit. So
that sucker should be on a snack credit, though, right?
That I think would be on a snack credit.
And worth every penny. worth every credit.
Yes. So Petals Pool Bar is something to keep in mind if you're at Pop Century and you want a little snack and you don't want to have to go inside to everything pop, and you're outside. It's nice. It's hot. You don't have to go inside in your wet bathing suit to where it's 37 degrees.
Exactly.
So
yep.
So that's my selection for the value now.
That's great. Y'all are on the same page, not only because you're like-minded, but because you travel together, so you've had the same experiences.
Yep.
For the most part.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go and part of the reason I went with this is because I do actually like these entrees. And part of the reason was because I knew that you guys would pick pop.
Because
So
the only value we've ever stayed at is pop.
So I picked the Landscape of Flavors, which is over at Art of Animation, little walkway away. I picked that one for those reasons, but I also picked it because for breakfast, I love the waffle bounty breakfast, the big breakfast with the waffles and the eggs and all the meats and all that. And then I also like the chicken Parmesan pasta that they have for lunch or dinner because you get the breaded, chicken Parmesan with the pasta, but they let you choose if you want marinara, which of course I can't have, or Alfredo sauce. And so I get it with Alfredo and it's delicious.
Awesome.
So I picked that one.
Yeah. And you know what? One of the things I was thinking about when I was doing my homework, and I'm sure Sophie thought about this too, is that for us, a lot of times at the resorts, our quick service option is mainly a breakfast thing.
It is.
Because most of the time we're eating lunch and dinner in the parks, or if we go to a resort for dinner, it's a table service. 9 times out of 10, we're not going to a resort for a quick service meal.
That's good.
That being said,
not always.
Yeah, that being said, the pizza at Pop Century is really good after a long day in the park where you don't want to go back out, but you're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and a lot of times if we fly in, like on the early flight, we get to the resort like lunchtime and we'll go ahead and eat before we head out.
Mm-hmm.
So we get like a lunch entree. We're usually starving by the time we get there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So just something to keep in mind as you're thinking about your planning, people. When do you go to the quick service options at your resort? Do you make it for dinner also? Who knows? But yeah, just for us, usually it's a breakfast thing.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I think his Pop has a really good bagel sandwich, and I get it without the egg because eggs are just nasty. But
I get his egg.
But I like the bacon and the cheese on the bagel. That's a good quick energy boost and carb boost for the bus ride over to the Magic Kingdom or wherever we're going.
A little protein too. Protein's good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that concludes our value. And now let's move on to moderate resorts.
Yeah.
Sophie, where are you headed?
Okay. So, with the moderates, a lot more options. And this is why I have 2 honorable mentions, but my official one is going to be the Sasagula Float Works at Port Orleans French Quarter. And I will be honest with you right now, it is not just because I was thinking about pizza and the last time I ate there, I was having pizza. It is also to do with a little lounge / beignet place that is right next door.
Mm-hmm.
And you know something I've noticed, Daddy?
What's that, honey?
All of the quick service places for the resorts, they seem to have roughly the same things.
Yeah.
So whenever you find something that is special, obviously it has to go right there as your favorite. And Scat Cat Club's beignets are just too good not to mention, even if they might be a snack credit. I almost said a scat credit. That was weird.
It's hard to say all that.
Yeah.
Tongue twister.
Yeah. But no, I love beignets. Daddy tried to promise me some this last weekend, but it rained us out. So now I've been thinking about beignets, but I will be just fine.
Yeah.
I will be fine.
Okay. It'll be okay.
Still can't help but thinking about them, though. And that pizza we had while we were at the Sasagula Float Works, it was so stinking yummy. Really, really yummy.
Yeah, it was. Because it was piping hot fresh.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
right out of the oven. You
And
can't
it,
get a better pizza than when it's right out of the oven.
Yep.
and it fed
So,
like 7 people.
yeah, huge slices. So, that is a great selection. Brenda, you go.
Well, I have two. My first one is also same. Port Orleans French Quarter for the beignets. That's my breakfast choice because you can't get them anywhere else. Not there at Walt Disney World. Not like that. And then my, unfortunately, okay, I'm just gonna say, I love the Riverside Mill food court over there at Port Orleans Riverside.
Oh,
Have
we love it
always loved it.
too.
I love the atmosphere of it. I love what I've always loved though is the create your own pasta. I have gotten that every trip. You get to choose your ingredients and they put it in this like, you know, it's like a Chinese to go thing, big bowl thing.
Wait,
Mm-hmm.
It's
what?
not on the menu anymore, people. It's killing me.
I'm sorry, honey.
I'm
I
sorry
didn't
too.
even know that was a thing.
Oh my
What?
gosh, it's been my favorite thing to get forever. And now when I go there, I get the French dip. I like the French dip. It's not something that I eat at home, but I really miss the create your own pasta bar. But I
Yeah,
love Riverside Mill. So Port Orleans Trench Quarter and Port Orleans Riverside are my moderate selections.
My
those are great
goodness.
selections.
My goodness.
Thank
And
you.
here's the thing. You literally just blew my mind when you said that because when we were staying at Riverside, we never ate dinner at the resort.
No, because that was a quick trip, and we had breakfast there, and then we were in the parks, and then we were
Back
eat.
asleep.
Yeah, so
We
It
you're
was
never
right.
had
really
dinner at the
good.
mill.
Sophie,
Mm.
what's your honorable mentions for moderate? And then
Well,
I'll tell you
Riverside
mine.
was one of them, but the other one was Caribbean Beach. I ate breakfast there one day with Aunt Sheila, Uncle Randy, and Jagan. It was
Centertown
one,
Market.
yes, it was the Centertown Market, and it was during one of the trips that we took while I was down in Florida for school. It was the Halloween one
Mm-hmm.
or the
When they picked you
Thanksgiving one.
up. When they
Yes,
picked you up.
it was that one. They picked me up from my apartment. I stayed the night with them in their room, and then you guys came over. But before you came over, we went and
Mm-hmm.
had breakfast at the Centertown Market in Caribbean Beach.
Okay.
And it was good. The breakfast potatoes, the ones that you can get at every single resort, were phenomenal. And I just had to talk about it.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love talking food around here.
Yes, we do. We are foodies at heart and in stomach.
Yep, yep. Mike,
Okay.
I feel like you're holding out on us and you're waiting to surprise us with something that we are not expecting.
Oh,
I
we
don't
can.
think Sophie will be expecting this.
Oh,
Hmm.
Um, I am taking us over to
Coronado.
no.
Oh.
That was a big one. Thinking about was the Center Market or whatever it's called at Coronado.
oh my
But
God, you're going to the cabins? You're
I
going to
am
Fort Wilderness Campground?
I am going to Fort
Oh.
I'll
Wilderness,
be
and
dang.
I am going to P&J's. P&J's Southern Takeout
Yeah.
because I am telling you people, I told everyone that we typically eat quick service only for breakfast. Well, when we stayed at the cabins in 2020, right after they reopened,
Yeah.
there was more downtime, more relaxation time, I feel like. And
Yeah.
so we would go back to our cabin and we would just relax. So if we would go to the pool, we'd meet back up, we'd go to dinner, we'd go up and we would eat at P&J's. And I'm telling you, for dinner, listen to this. Serves 2 to 4 people. You can get the barbecued ribs full slab meal, or you can get a half slab barbecue ribs and a 4-piece fried chicken, both of which are served with cornbread, coleslaw, and mashed potatoes with gravy.
Yum.
Serves 2 to 4 people. 2 to 4 people, and the cost for the half slab with the chicken is $25.49. You cannot feed 4 people at Disney for $25.49 very often.
Can't feed 2 people for that.
No.
Wow.
I mean, if you get
So-
a burger at a quick service, it's 12 something or $13. It's the same,
Yeah.
even if you just do 2 people.
Mhm. So that is a deal, people. You get Sophie eats her chicken. Cindy and I split the ribs. We all have cornbread. We all have mashed potatoes. Cindy eats the coleslaw because Sophie and I tend to avoid it. And you're absolutely right, Brenda. An Angus cheeseburger is $12.29.
Yeah. So even if it
Okay.
just feeds 2, you're still ahead. I mean, or you're the
So,
same.
Yeah.
You're
So
right.
That's
totally,
great.
P&J's is probably one of the best values on property when it comes to meals. You know?
And I didn't think of that as a moderate, but now that you say it, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. It is a moderate. So you're right. I wasn't expecting it. I was
Yeah.
expecting you to go Coronado, El Mercado de
Yeah.
Coronado. That's what it's called. I went and Googled it.
It was definitely on my thought process, except that when we ate at Coronado at the market, it was a different name, and I haven't really eaten it at it here with the new setup, even though it's basically just a name change. So I think I will try it out though, because I'm staying at Coronado next week.
You are. You're
So
staying at
I'm
Give
gonna
it a
Coronado
try
try.
it out.
without us.
We want to hear about it.
You'll hear about it. I
We want
will review it,
pictures.
and I will let you all know next week. But anyway, getting a little ahead of myself. And it is a weird thing because, with Fort Wilderness, you do have kind of, and of course it's all changing with the DVC, but you had moderate for the cabins and you had value for the campsites. So it is like, how does it fall under? But anyway, don't if you are looking for a great meal, low price, even if you're at Magic Kingdom, give a thought to going over to P&J's and try some of those ribs and some of that chicken, because it is out of this world. It's really good.
It
So,
is.
Fun boat ride too.
and
Oh,
it is
yeah.
a fun, relaxing. Oh my gosh, so relaxing.
Yep.
Of course, it depends on what time you're trying to go, because then there will be a lot of people trying to get on that boat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Gotta time it right and go during a good time of year where it's not sweltering on the
Yeah.
boat.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So, moderate resorts, check, done. Time to move on to the deluxes.
Yep.
So, Sophie,
Well,
take it away.
I've got my official and I've got my honorable mention. And to be honest, they are interchangeable because they are both from one resort.
Oh, okay.
And surprisingly, this is a resort I've never stayed at, but I visit quite often when I'm in Disney, and that is going to be the Riviera. I did some research, Daddy. Le Petit Cafe is indeed a quick service.
It is. You're right.
And that is my official one because that is where I get my decadent, over the top, amazing desserts that take me 3 days to eat. Oh, I love that place so much. The food is really the only reason why I like it because there's no seating in it. There's barely any space in it in front of the counter. It's all in the kitchen, but it has some of the best desserts I've ever tasted. The hazelnut profiteroles is my favorite. And I'm not a cheesecake person, but there was this one thing I had there when they were out of my hazelnut. It was a cheesecake mousse type thing, and it was really good.
Nice.
Very good.
And it looked like an acorn.
Yeah.
But it was very yummy. It was very, very yummy. So that is my official one. And then my honorable mention is El Primo Piatto. Le Primo Piatto. Something Primo Piatto.
It's
And
just
that
Primo Piatto.
probably, I don't know. But it's also at the Riviera. And that is my biggest memory of it is us having breakfast there because obviously quick services at resorts are mainly for breakfast. And they are very special in that you can only get this at Primo Piatto, and it is the lemon zest pancakes with blueberries. They are so stinking good. They're fluffy. They're like souffle pancakes, honestly. They are not flat. They're huge. Well, not huge, huge. They are so stinking good.
Yeah. Those pancakes really are good.
And it honestly makes you feel really rich and bougie.
Officially, they changed the name just slightly to Blueberry Lemon Pancakes. They went less bougie
Still bougie
with the
because you
name.
eat it out on the
Yeah.
patio.
Yeah.
You eat it out on the patio looking over the courtyard of the resort, and you honestly feel like you're a billionaire or something coming from old money and spending it all.
There you go.
Mhm.
It's a great feeling, even if it's fake.
All
Yep.
right. Well, good choices, Sophie.
Yeah.
Thank
Brenda, what's
you.
your choice?
Well, my choices changed because I realized that some of the menu items are no longer where they were. So ultimately, I had to just settle on something. One thing is breakfast because I'm Team Tonga Toast. So I'm over at Captain Cook's at the Polynesian having my Tonga Toast that doesn't have the strawberry compote on it because I can't have strawberry anyway. And I enjoy that. I love the Tonga Toast. I used to love the bread pudding breakfast casserole over at Roaring Fork, and now it's not there anymore. I'm just going to die when I go back. But for my lunch dinner one, I chose the Contempo. And I thought about it and thought about it because I also like the Roaring Fork, like late in the day if we go back because it's real convenient, you know. Sometimes we'll just leave Magic Kingdom in the middle of the day and go to the Contempo for lunch just to like have a break. I like to just
Mhm.
sit there and I like to watch the monorail come in and out and watch people. So I went with the Contempo for um I used to love a flatbread they had with goat cheese and basil on it. It was so good. They don't have that anymore. But I decided to just still go with the Contempo because I do like the bacon cheeseburger that they have. I don't always get like a cheeseburger for quick service, but I do like it there and I like to sit in the Contemporary and I think it's probably goes back to all my original memories from when I was 15 and loved
Yep.
the Contemporary. So it's probably
Exactly.
a feeling thing more than a food thing, but that's my choice.
And that's a good choice.
That's a great choice.
Thank you.
Great choices, Brenda.
Thank you.
My
What is yours,
choice,
Mike?
my choice is also um Primo Piatto at the Riviera
Really?
for the same reason. For meeting Amanda over there, having
Yeah.
breakfast, hanging out, coming over from Pop Century, taking the Skyliner, getting
Yeah,
off
that's
at the
fun.
Riviera, and just chilling and relaxing and enjoying life with friends. Um, sometimes I get the Mickey waffles. You can get the Mickey waffles everywhere, of course.
Mhm.
Um, sometimes I get um sometimes occasionally I'll get the continental breakfast, just croissant, fruit, and yogurt. Um, sometimes mommy gets that. A lot of times I will get bakery items. Like I love a bagel with butter, and sometimes I like cinnamon twist, and sometimes I like a blueberry muffin. It all depends on my day, my mood for
Yeah.
the. So you won't find me very often getting chocolate in my muffins. I'm not a chocolate in my muffin fan.
I'm
Chocolate
like
in my
my
muffin
mom.
fan.
Hmm?
I'm like my mom. She and
Well,
I love chocolate chip
Chocolate in the muffin.
muffins.
Well, and
Or-
those, you can get all over too on property the chocolate. What is it? A chocolate croissant? Those are so good. So good. Hey, another thing, Mike, is they have a blueberry cinnamon roll over at Roaring Fork at the Wilderness Lodge, which is extremely delicious.
I've
Just
never
saying.
eaten at Wilderness Lodge Roaring Fork.
Very good, very good.
Okay. All right.
Just because it's a jaunt, right? Little
Mhm.
jaunt by boat.
Yep.
I want
For
to
Magic
try it.
Good.
And Brenda's speaking my language, Daddy.
Yep, she sure is. So, Primo Piatto, and it's you know, most of the time when we're going back to a resort, it's a table service. So it's not often we're going for lunch or dinner for quick service. We went to Catempo Cafe once on the 50th because it got so busy. We're like, you
Oh.
know what? Let's go over to Contemporary and get away from the madness for a little bit.
Mhm.
And we did that. When we were at the Grand Floridian in 2013, we had quick service breakfast with Brenda and Butch.
Yep.
Sophie may not even remember that. I don't even remember the name of the restaurant, but that's how infrequently it is that we do stuff like that. Usually we're just grabbing something before we go to the parks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, that's our choices. So
Yay.
what do you think?
Think I'm
Well,
hungry.
Also, one more honorable mention, and this is just because it needs to be recognized, the Ale and Compass at the Yacht Club. That's where I got my breakfast during my birthday trip almost every day that I was there.
Yeah. And
they
I
have
thought
some
about that
good
one. That's the
stuff.
market at the
Yeah.
Ale and Compass at the Yacht
Right.
Club.
Yeah.
Not at the official Ale and Compass because that's the bar, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
The Ale and
I
Compass
thought about
Market.
that. To me, that's more of a grab and go type place
It is for sure.
because they don't have as much selection of things and they don't have as much seating and stuff like that. So
I'm
but
harmless.
it was good, and I remember Sophie and I got some popcorn that they had for sale there, and we tried to
Mhm.
do a taste test to figure out which popcorn was better, the caramel or the cheese.
Ooh.
But the video was really horrible, so I didn't.
Which was better? Cheese?
Definitely the churro.
The churro. It was
Oh,
churro flavor,
churro.
so it wasn't caramel. It was churro.
I got
Churro and cheese.
They were both really good though.
They
But
were both really good, but I like the
Sophie
churro.
gravitated to the churro, and I
And
gravitated more to the cheese.
Yeah, that churro was eaten almost exclusively by me on the trip home.
Yeah. So,
Yum.
but yeah, it was good. They were both good. So,
They were.
anyway, that is our feature topic. So,
Mhm.
question for everyone is what is your favorite quick service at the resorts? Because we want to know,
Oh yeah.
we
Tell
always
us
want to know.
each one for each of the 3 tiers.
Yep. After we finish, I'm going to post the question and we'll add them to our answers for next week. So,
All
but
right.
that wraps it up. So now it is time for this day in Disney history for June 5th. So, Sophie, take it away.
I got 2 things.
Yay.
And one of them would not be nearly as important if it weren't for the entry that came directly after it. So they are right next to each other. The first one is June 5th, 1930. Disney's Silly Symphony cartoon Arctic Antics is released. Directed by Burt Gillett, polar bears, including a cub who looks like an albino Mickey Mouse, cavort in the midnight sun, joined by walruses, seals, and penguins. And then, directly after that, in 1934, Walt Disney Productions is granted a trademark of Mickey Mouse for use in books and newspaper comic strips.
Wow.
So that shows that Mickey Mouse's design has been in Walt's head for a good long while.
Yeah,
That's true.
And I just thought that was so cool.
that is cool.
Super cool.
Good history, Sophie.
Yeah.
Good
Thank
history.
you.
I think this is as easy a stump to Soph as you're going to find, Sophie.
Oh.
Okay.
Because it is a movie that you feature the characters in quite a bit sometimes. So,
Oh.
this character is another character's handsome right-hand man.
Handsome right-hand man. Okay.
This character isn't very bright.
Okay, so he's handsome and he's not very bright. He's
Mhm.
handsome and he's stupid.
Not very bright. This character can talk to animals,
Hmm.
and his best friend is a squirrel.
Kronk.
Yep, it's Kronk.
He is pretty handsome. Although I would say he's a little brighter than he gets credit for.
Okay. Well, here's
We
what
love
it says.
Kronk here.
Very good. Very good.
Good job, Sophie.
As always.
Kronk is, how do you say her name? YZMA.
Yzma.
Yzma. Kronk is Yzma's young and handsome right-hand man. Although he isn't very bright, he's an excellent chef, and he oftentimes points out the flaws in Yzma's crazy and ridiculous plans. Also, he inadvertently turned Cusco into a llama instead of poisoning him. While working for Yzma, Kronk often faces moral dilemmas which lead to his imagining angel and devil versions of himself on his shoulders. He can talk to animals, and his best friend is Bucky the squirrel.
Good job. Good job, Sophie.
Kronk from the Emperor's New Groove.
Very
And really
good.
quickly, before we go any further, I did find a picture of that Arctic Antics Mickey Mouse look-alike polar bear.
Oh. Are you going to share it?
I am.
Wow.
Oh, my. Yeah.
I just had to share that.
Cute.
All right,
That's
then.
cool.
Cute.
Well, thank you for this day, the stump the stove thing. Sorry, I'm reeling over that. I thought it was so cool.
That is
That
cool.
is cool.
Very good job, Sophie.
All
All
right,
right, then.
Brenda. A little bit of Walt.
I got a little long one,
Yeah.
but sometimes he said more than other times.
Exactly.
Money is something I understand only vaguely and think about it only when I don't have enough to finance my current enthusiasm, whatever it may be. All I know about money is that I have to have it to do things. I don't want to bank my dividends. I'd rather keep my money working. I regard it as a moral obligation to pay back borrowed money. When I make a profit, I don't squander it or hide it away. I immediately plow it back into a fresh project. I have little respect for money as such. I regard it merely as a medium for financing new ideas. I neither wish nor intend to amass a personal fortune. Money, or rather the lack of it to carry out my ideas, may worry me, but it does not excite me. Ideas excite me. Walt Disney.
Yep.
I think Walt and I are very like-minded in that regard.
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree.
Too bad
Well-
not everybody.
Well, that wraps us up for this week.
Next week,
I will be on a Walt Disney World fam with Pixie Vacations. And when I get back, I am going to tell you all about it. I'm going to tell you what we looked at, where we went, what we did, and share on Sophie's orders. Plenty of pictures. So that's our feature topic next week. And I hope you all will come back and join us again. So I'm Mike. That's Sophie. She's Brenda.
the birthday girl.
Brenda the birthday girl. Brenda the birthday girl. It's
You'll
Brenda,
get to
Brenda,
embarrass me in a
Brenda,
couple weeks,
Brenda,
Aunt Brenda.
birthday
Don't
girl.
worry about it.
And he's Grogu. And we will
See
you
you on the road.
bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Ooh,